Okay, and hello everybody. Welcome back to Helldivers. It's been about 4 weeks since my last post. Duh. But if I have everything set up right, from the help of my lovely friend Ezekiel, we're here with Ezekiel, Trevor, and Lynn. Lynn doesn't have a mic, so you will not hear him. And assuming Trevor has his mic share on,
I went through the process with him. He should be audible too.
we should be good.
We should all
Now,
be good.
now the plan for today, guys, is we're gonna kill a Hive Lord. We're on Ezekiel's ship, which is the Stallion of Gold. Uma Musume reference. Anyway, so I think we should. No, wait. I think personally that we should drop here, just so we can fight outside for a bit and just get a gist and see if there's even a Hive Lord here, and then we move into the city.
Okay.
We should kill the Hive Lord first before anything.
And Ezekiel is fake. Yeah, you're right, Trevor.
What? I'm fake?
You're not here. I
Oh,
have to let
man.
go.
You have to remember, I died in the first war.
I'm gonna bring my Gatling barrage for his forehead. Who's all okay? So, Lynn and Trevor are bringing their Emancipators. So me and you're bringing Patriot. Okay.
More bullet equals more penetration.
He's bringing Stalwart.
What?
Oh wait, that's not the Stalwart.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
the Stalwart.
I don't know why. You know what? Kill yourself.
Trevor, you should
I
bring
can't do
stamina.
Oh yeah, cause it's whatchamacallit.
The space station.
Yeah, you should bring the stamina enhancement, especially since it's a
more
hot planet.
lives.
Oh, we don't go through that many lives.
Mm-hmm.
No, we
It's
don't.
only 4 extra lives.
All right, locking chat. My mic's still going, right?
Yes.
If my mic ever cuts out or I'm quiet for an uncomfortably long time, tell me.
Yes. I mean, we know immediately when we stop echoing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you got a bum ass mic.
I'm actually thinking of getting one of those like streamer mics, so I'm like crystal
Oh, yeah.
clear from now on. I
So
could
that
probably,
way-
I could probably steal my brother's. He barely uses it anyway. He has one of those so he can play his guitar and record himself playing songs. All right, gang. Let's hope there's a Hive Lord. If there's not, I'm gonna cry. No, when you really think about it, shouldn't we just aim for the Hive Lord's head?
No, because that's where all the extremely heavy armor is.
Yeah, the
Like the
head is
heavy,
armor
heavy,
piercing
heavy armor.
10.
I can hurt the guy with the Ikeodia medium pen weapon by shooting him in the face.
That
You
means you're
have to
shooting
hit
his mouth.
specific spots.
Yeah, and it's not
But
worth
most
it.
of his face is armor piercing 4.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a napalm right here. Just, we gotta be as
I
noisy as
wouldn't
possible.
bring in the mech immediately.
Yeah. Guess we have no idea if it's even on here. Plus the mega nest, I completely forgot about that.
Yep. Yeah.
Please let there be a Hive Lord, but even that, I feel like this terrain is just way too rocky for a Hive Lord.
Well, I've seen them spawn before, and they're literally like a chance I can spawn here.
Spawned with the Predator strain. But we don't even know if they're with the Rupture strain right now.
Well, no, when there's rupture, there's Hive Lord. They're part of the same thing.
Me personally,
Hive Lord spawned with the Predator strain last time.
Yeah,
So
man.
it's not always just with the Rupture strain.
I got this one.
Thanks for
Hey.
throwing that while I was on top of it.
Zeke, you come with
It's
me.
not-
We're gonna
it's
go
a
to the Mega
firework,
Nest.
you're fine.
You guys go into the city. Me and Azir be out here being as loud as we can just to see if we can get something to spawn.
Okay.
Bug
I gotta go around. Let's do tie of a squeeze.
You know what up.
Trevor, you're tight.
No, but I know who is.
shit.
Alright. Let's go, gold ship.
Whee!
You have a little squad of bugs behind you, a bunch of scavengers. Hearing your machine gun war on.
Ooh, there's some pillars somewhere nearby.
Whoa!
Sorry, I might have stepped on that.
Ah! Oh my god. That was
I think
far
he
enough.
died.
I was wrong.
Ah, he's right there.
I didn't see him. For whatever reason, they have insane amounts of stealth. They're gonna break your arm.
No, not.
I'm gonna drop the hell bomb here, so I would not be close by anytime soon.
Okay, I'm gonna start heading over to that nest.
That's a lot of... No, that's not a Hive Lord. Okay, okay! Where'd you come from? Can Alpha Commanders dig now?
Yeah,
When could they dig? I didn't know they could dig.
they've been able to dig.
Not like that. Not like the rupture strain.
Okay, those stalkers.
Okay.
I have a very strong assumption that there is yet again no Hive Lords.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I couldn't do anything.
Not here this time.
That sucks. They had such a cool enemy and got rid of it like immediately. They probably got rid of them because the player base was just killing them way too easily.
Yeah.
Which kind of
Watch, we
sucks.
actually did make them go extinct.
They could have made it such like a tough battle.
I mean, they did. It just, we found out that, hey, if we, you know, use our big brains and our, you know, our very good technology, we can actually kill them.
I'd honestly prefer if they made them a mission objective rather than like a random chance, because making them a random chance.
Originally they were. I don't know why they changed them to be like a random chance thing, because in the coding they were like something that just happened on random.
Oh wait, isn't the egg gonna be here?
Yes.
I gotta find my wife's eggs.
Oh, Lynn, you need to say something, dude.
You should be paying attention.
Have Rachel shut the fuck up.
I'm focused on, you know, trying to survive.
I
I'm
thought there were a
sorry.
bunch of I have rockets move.
Okay, I land on the ball and I go right through.
You see, you stubborn ass. Move your fucking neck.
Yeah, because Rachel just keeps fucking way. Rachel, shut up!
Alright, grab the egg.
Let's see, can you carry this into the...
Yes.
Oh no, you can't.
You can't.
No, it says dropping package. It's on the floor.
Well, your mech's almost out anyway, so you grab it. I'll hold the line here.
Yeah, I'm just expend through my ammo. Or nope, my mech is down.
I killed everything there with my fireworks.
Watch your frames
I'm running
drop.
on your side.
Don't walk into me, man.
You stepped on me.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is walk into me.
I'm aware.
Bring it on! Oh yeah, also, I know I'm like 3 minutes into firing this machine gun, but epilepsy warning. Epilepsy warning to all those writhing on the ground. I apologize.
I love these dull places.
Oh my god! Let's reload!
Bro's tweaking.
Oh, that might kill me.
Found it. Somewhere.
That sucks. There's no Hive Lord. They really did just get rid of him like immediately.
I found the stalker.
I wonder why they would do that. Like, come on, man. Like, they were such a fun enemy too.
They'll come back around.
Yeah, but
If we keep Helma, we can go back to Oshine, and that's where most of them are.
yeah, but I'd honestly prefer if they were just like. I would honestly prefer that they were just like. Because you gotta
On
remember,
more
like
planets.
they're a far different evolution than the ones from Helldivers 1. It's not even that we were killing babies and stuff. It's the fact that that's like an entirely different subspecies. I'm not sure what the report's saying that they look like the Hive Lord from the first Galactic War, but that is false in so many ways.
Yeah, no, that's just straight false.
Like, no, they're different. They're way bigger and they are way scarier.
Oh man, imagine what
we were straight up
Oh.
fighting. Whatchamacallit? We were fighting juvenile
1,
Hive Lords.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That means they wow.
I
That means they
have
take a crazy long time to mature.
I have to disagree with you, Ezekiel, because if we were fighting like adolescents, and we've seen adolescent like husk everywhere. Those are like the exact size when we were fighting the first Galactic War. They would have just kind of died immediately in one hit to remotely any anti-tank high explosive.
That's suggesting that the adolescents aren't strong because creatures don't normally just go from, you know, especially the big ones like that, they don't go from a mega fragile to a mega.
Have you ever heard of Creatures of Sonaria?
That's
That's crazy. I can't believe you just did that.
Creatures of Sonaria mentioned in a Helldivers video?
You should end your life.
speaking of, they're doing pretty good right now.
It took Trevor a minute, but he remembered I was referring to the, what are they called again?
The Wardens.
Yeah, like the Wardens or something. Really powerful when they're young and just like fucking useless as shit.
They are. They only do like 60 damage at most. The Boreal Warden, he weighs 2,000 pounds as a baby,
Oh shit, I don't have a...
but he can only do like 10 damage to any creature. But as soon as you get him to adolescence, or he unlocks his Warden's Rage ability, dude, he becomes one of the strongest creatures in the game.
Okay, well, if we're going by, you know, real life standards, which this game applies to itself,
Yeah.
then
Do you know just how many creatures start out really weak and fragile when they're young, and then get really strong and serious
You
shit
saw
when they're
that
older?
all then.
yes,
It
we're
is-
fighting adolescents. I'm referring to adolescent, like, stages of
Again,
growth.
regardless, the adolescents would have been killed immediately. Like, for example, a Bile Titan and stuff, like... No, an Impaler, for example. Shooting an Impaler in the mouth kills it immediately.
Oh yeah. You're
Meaning-
like shooting, you know,
Dude,
a big
stim!
explosive down its throat. And also, those impalers are adults.
That doesn't change the fact that if you shoot something in the mouth, like an Impaler, a grown-ass bug, it will die because its brain is being exploded.
Yeah, but you are
Hive
comparing... You were literally, like, trying to compare...
Adolescent Helldivers 1 bosses, watching them, they took a long time to beat. They had a crazy health bar, but they were smaller than Helldivers 2 Impalers. You know that, right?
No.
Yes.
No, they were not.
Go look at them.
No,
Go
they
look at
were
them.
not.
I'm so serious. Go look at their model. They are
I have
way
fought them.
tinier.
Their model is visually smaller, but that's because it's a 2D, like, platform.
It's not 2D.
It
is top down.
It's top
It's
down.
not 2D.
Yeah,
It's
it's
3D,
top
Ezekiel.
down.
It's a 3D game. It's not.
It's all about the perspective, but those Hive Lords and bosses and such, are all bigger than Impalers. Impalers themselves are the same size in that game.
I simply can't believe that when we can walk up to a literal adolescent Hive Lord skeleton from the first Galactic
Those are
War.
babies.
Those are adolescents. Those are literally the size of the adolescents. You can go look at them for yourself.
Okay, well.
I'm not gonna sit here when this is my first autism that I introduced you all to. Well, Trevor introduced me, and then I got into it. But dude, if
Yeah,
you go,
but see, Trevor's
if you go
actually played
look,
Helldivers 1.
yes, and if Trevor can agree with me here when he really thinks about it, when you look at the skeleton of a Hive Lord, the
They
littler
are the
ones,
same exact bugs. The skeletons that we see in the floor in Helldivers 2 are the same exact bugs that we fight in Helldivers 1. They are one and the same.
yes, exactly. This is a subspecies that is way bigger because
No,
I
that
really
is a baby.
No, Will.
It can't
The
be a
husks that we
baby.
are seeing,
Yes, it is.
those are baby.
Have you seen
Those are baby
insects?
husks.
Have you seen how different adults are from babies?
I'm sorry, dude, but
insects?
a baby that can go against a full Helldiver squad with a tank, recoilless rockets, etc. When, as of right
Titans?
now,
Skull? Dude, I'm telling you.
Oh, Will, your mic. There you
Dude,
go.
I'm telling you, massive creatures like that, they're just crazy strong.
I'm telling you right
No
now,
matter what franchise they're from.
I'm telling you, subspecies. They are, yes, the same bug,
Not
but they are not the same thing. I'm
subspecies.
telling you they are.
I'm gonna head towards the
The
ICBM.
Blinky. Oh. I saw Blinky behind us. Yo, Ezekiel, look at that, bro. Look at that.
Wait, what am I looking at?
The mountain range to the east. Look at that.
Right, Ezekiel?
Oh. But yeah, this is a baby, Will. They're not subspecies. That's just literally a baby. They are thick boned, and these are decomposed.
I'm just saying, man. I'm telling you, they
But
can't
yeah,
be the same
I'm trying
thing.
to tell you, they're the ones that we fight in Helldivers 1 are juveniles.
But I simply can't believe that for the fact that they've existed on those outer planets when we found them forever before we found them.
Yes, which means that
But here's the thing.
Now, continuing,
Massive creatures like that have crazy long growth cycles, have crazy long lifespans.
okay, I thought they were, yeah, but here's the thing, let me continue, don't interrupt me, let me continue, but, we don't see any of their adult forms for some reason. It makes no sense. It took 2 years, about, right? Because the Gloom came out like 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
It took 2 years for us to start seeing those weird, massive different Hive Lords in the Gloom. Meaning that, yes, they are a subspecies because they are affected by the Gloom. To say they're not and to say they're simply adult forms is false. Because there's a literal factor that's made the bugs bigger, meaner, and stronger. It is, in fact, a subspecies by evolution because of the Gloom.
If that was the case, then we wouldn't see the baby, we wouldn't see the juvenile, or yeah, if that was the case, then the juveniles that we were seeing would have been much bigger.
The Gloom didn't exist in the first Galactic War.
Yes, but if that was the case, then the juveniles would have been much bigger. Or I'm not saying like if the gloom was there,
You're gonna have to elaborate a
bugs
little
would have
bit.
been bigger.
You lost me.
Okay. So if that was the case, if the guys that we were fighting in whatchamacallit, in Helldivers 1 were adults, then the skeletons that we're seeing here before there was gloom disproves that.
You have to remember that these juvenile things were here before the Gloom came in. These are First Galactic War skeletons. And I know that's correct, considering on every bug planet we saw before the Gloom, those skeletons were there. I doubt that the bugs are, you know, I doubt the Hive Lords are just up and dying out of nowhere as juveniles, because that wouldn't make sense.
Because they are shedding.
Additionally, Will, you need to remember that Helldivers 1 takes place in a different universe than Helldivers 2. They literally moved universes because canonically in Helldivers 1 we lost. There's a certain time, yeah, there's a certain mission objective we lost. And we had to push, we had to leave the area. I think it was because of the bugs.
Well, that means that, well, that's weird. I know it's, you know, like multiplayer and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't.
Hold up. Yeah, I'm thinking real fast.
Because no.
It says, hold on. Because in Helldivers 1, it says we lost and we had to move planets completely. Yet we're still on Super Earth in this universe.
Well, that's because canonically we won. Canonically we didn't leave because Helldivers 1 wasn't a live service game.
Did
like
we move to a different
Can I
planet
finish,
in
motherfuckers?
Alright. Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, both my legs are broken.
In Helldivers 1, it is canonical that we win because that blue screen is for all the factions. And essentially, if we did move planets, which maybe we did, but that only goes for if we lose, but canonically we didn't lose.
Yeah, my bad.
Because, remember, the first game wasn't live service like this one was.
Yeah. But there was a time...
Oh my god, what's going on?
Everything bad.
Do I have a napalm? Get out of the area. Leave.
See you, Amanda.
Run, Ezekiel.
So, I'm stuck in a building. I'm at the last stand. Never mind, I found a way out.
Big rumbling. But yeah, even then, like, the, continuing from what I said, there's no way that we were fighting adolescents in the first Galactic War, because what that would imply, then, is that the Gloom accelerates evolution, and not only that, but growth, too. Which, canonically, we don't know if it does do that. I would
if it does?
Assuming...
here's your gum.
You know what?
Your gum.
Trevor, we will put a pin on that.
That's right.
Maybe it
I'm
does,
sorry.
and we don't know that yet. But the matter of the fact is that what we fought in the first Galactic War had to be absolutely adults. Because if Hive Lords can get to adulthood in just 2 years, that means what we were fighting in the first Galactic War from bugs that have existed forever would too. But if we take the assumption that yes, they do just grow at a crazy fast pace and yada yada evolution because of the Gloom, okay, which would still make them a subspecies of Hive Lord. Yes, they are Hive Lord. What we see in the containers for the missions, those would be Helldivers 1 Hive Lords. Those are completely unaffected by the Gloom. Let me finish.
You know what it could be like?
I like your enthusiasm, but we're getting somewhere. The ones that we see in the pods and stuff would have to be untainted, ungloomed Hive Lord, you know, like, you know, babies. Now, Trevor?
It could be like a Basarios Gravios type thing.
No idea what it means.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'll let Trevor describe that.
Okay, so Basarios is just straight up a baby Gravios. It is a completely different species technically, or it's the same species,
Subspecies,
but it's
that's what we're looking
classified as
for.
no. Not even subspecies. They're completely classified as different species, simply because of how different they are.
No, yeah, I gotta.
But a
I'm
Basarios is a baby Gravios.
I'm trying to remember like different like terms from biology, and it's messing with me.
So although the Basarios is already a massive beast, and it's an insanely not insanely powerful, but it's a pretty powerful monster. Defensively.
There is a lot of shaking in my area. There's so many bugs. There's so many bugs. I'm surrounded.
The Gravios is a completely different monster, technically, in classification,
All
just
right,
because
yeah.
of how different the two are.
Okay, yeah, remembering that word now, that is called speciation. Same thing,
But they're
however...
the same exact species, dude. That's not speciation.
You just said they're
is,
different!
hold on. No, listen. Speciation is when the same exact creature split off from each other and create two different species. That's like with the Darwin finches. That's not what happened. They are the same exact species. Undeniably, genetically, same exact species. It's just that the growth stages are completely different. A Basarios and a Gravios are the same exact thing.
So,
It's just
is it
that
a
they look completely
subspecies,
different.
or is it not a
No.
subspecies?
They're the
It's
same
the
exact
same
thing.
species, but they're considered different species because of the difference in the way they do things.
A
From...
Basarios will always grow into a Gravios. They are the
Okay.
same thing.
I was just making sure because for a hot minute it sounded like you were saying yes and no to both speciation and subspecies for a minute. But yeah, what's happening to the Hive Lords, these ones,
I'm stuck!
is, let's assume it is the Gloom. The Gloom is accelerating growth and stuff like that. What that would imply is that whilst this is, yes, a Hive Lord, it is not at all the same as the Hive Lords from Helldivers 1. Yes, they may do the same thing, you know, slam down, spit acid, stuff like that. But, you know, it's about all it can do. All it did do, however, is that it got way, way bigger. And it got way meaner, too.
Yes, same exact species, just different growth stages. That look
Ugh.
completely different.
No. Again, they have to be either subspecies or an entirely different species of Hive Lord. Because, as you were saying, which confused me for a hot minute, they are so vastly different. Yes, they do the same attacks. However, their entire build and how they work is way, way different.
Yes, but they're like they are. What's the word?
You were about to say subterranean?
No, not substantially. But like, they are fundamentally the same species, but they were classified a different species from each other because of how different they are from their growth stages. Because Gravios, right, is the baby.
No, Gravios is the adult.
So Basarios does
Crap, y'all been doing the objective and I've been fighting for my life in this city.
I'm trying to get to you, but I'm getting...
Me and Joe's just been kind of chilling.
Yeah.
But, what's the word? Yeah, they are fundamentally the same species, but because of how vastly they are in different growth stages, they were considered a different species.
At one point. But because, you know, just to simplify it, they decided to keep the different things the same. So, you could call a Basarios a baby Gravios, and it would be correct. But to simplify it, you call it a Basarios.
Okay. Now listen, I would agree with you guys. I would. However, it's not even like growth stages. It's the fact that this thing is fundamentally different. Whilst yes, they have the same attacks. Whilst yes, they have the same attacks. The thing is that unless we have like a surefire like birth timeline on how fast a Hive Lord like from Helldivers 1 grew, these things being like they are fundamentally different. They cannot be the same species. They have to at least,
my arms?
in the very least, be an entirely different species or a subspecies. I'm leaning more towards subspecies since these are same bug being introduced to the gloom. Furthermore on this, the Hive Lords, because the last ones, as we discussed, and it literally has to be adults or else they would just die. Can't be adolescents or babies.
Well, then here's the thing. Because like with Basarios, they are still an incredibly durable monster. They don't just die from anything.
Now listen, I would love to I understand, but at the same time, we can't use Monster Hunter for Helldivers. I get what you mean. I agree, but it's just that good example, but it's not fitting here. If you know what I mean.
Okay, well here's a better example. Or here's a better explanation then. A giant creature, right? Against, you know, things that are tiny compared to it, is still a defensive powerhouse. Just because of how durable it needs to be to sustain itself.
Yes. However, looking at Helldivers 2 right now, considering that if we were fighting a Hive Lord from the First Galactic War, that big gaping mouth is literally a one-shot kill shot. We can use evidence of this from, say, an Impaler, whilst yes, its mouth is unarmored. Same would go for a Hive Lord for Helldivers 1. And considering that we have discussed, and I personally believe that the skeletons we're seeing are just sheds or actual deceased skeletons of Hive Lords from the First Galactic War, we could just shoot it once in the mouth with the recoilless and it would just die because it's going into its brain and blowing up.
I'm not denying that.
The Hive Lord's brain is positioned differently than the Impaler and all the bugs that we fight.
Ooh, where is the Hive Lord's brain?
The Hive Lord is a worm.
Oh, right. It doesn't have a censored brain.
Its entire body is mass.
We can't use that. You know why? Because you guys explicitly told me that these are not like Earth creatures. We cannot use that.
No, but it can be extremely similar.
No, because you guys told me, both of you.
Then how come
both
we
of you
both
told
agreed
me
how similar the squids were to real-life squids? Despite not being Earth creatures.
We agreed that
it's the same exact thing here.
That's weird considering when we talked about the bugs before, you guys told me that not at all. Ooh, I can't melee him.
No, I was only saying that because they're bugs, but not bugs. Like, they have the exoskeleton and, you know, the 6 limbs as bugs, but that's the only thing they share with bugs.
Additionally, Will, just because they're not like Earth creatures doesn't mean they could have evolved to be in the same way.
Yes, but that's
evolution.
We are going to have to, again, put a pin in that. We have 2 pins. Glue maybe push them along in a certain way, and now maybe they're set up like worms are on Earth, which we don't know. We don't know.
It would make sense, though.
It would.
It's really hard to have a brain due to the size of their heads.
It would. However, considering Hive Lords are the exact same thing as other Terminids, because, you know, that's their essential babies, so-and-so, quote unquote, it would imply that the head is the most likely spot for where the brain is, like all the other ones.
Well, they note that they could still change the place where the brain is for a larger creature, because, hold on, because with larger creatures, it's really hard to have all that weight up in the head. Like, for massive creatures of that size, it's really hard to have all that weight in the head, and then you know how fast.
Well, that's why it actually
those Hive Lords react extremely fast, which means they could have multiple brains. In fact.
Well, actually, it actually mitigates the weight at its head for the fact that its head isn't the full head. It's actually multiple flat plates that overlap over each other. It doesn't have.
No, I'm saying for the centralized head.
The central brain.
Yeah, I'm talking about the brain.
Oh.
It could have multiple brains, where the main brain is somewhere else. And it could possibly live but not function as well without these other brains.
Additionally, its entire body is a mouth. It is very much built like a worm. Its mouth opens up like a worm.
Hello, Lynn.
Just on a far grander scale.
Don't be doing anything silly, Will.
We don't pay no mortgage here. Look at him! Look at him! But yeah, again, just putting pins in those ideas because, again, we don't know. But me personally, I lean more toward that the gloom maybe accelerates growth and evolution because 2 years and for the drastic, what's the word? For the drastic mutation of not one, but two new bug strains is extraordinary, and rightly so.
Which helps with the evolution theory.
Yes. So, me personally,
He sneezed some
pins,
water out.
pins and everything, I simply believe that the hive world we're seeing is speciation or something of that sort. Because, let's say, okay, Baby Hive Lord, you know, there's plenty of missions where they've escaped from their little containers because, newer players just, having bad luck. Like, okay, cool. A lot of them have escaped. Let's be honest. And these little Hive Lords start to grow. Now, we know that the gloom has caused rapid mutation and growth for within just 2 years, mind you. Just 2 years. And we're seeing horrors beyond human comprehension coming out the womb like crazy. This new Hive Lord is vastly different from the adult Hive Lords in Helldivers 1. Because, again, as I said, they have to be adults. Or else, because if we're going up against a Helldivers 1 Hive Lord with our artillery, they would be massive pushovers. And I mean massive, massive pushovers because you don't go from having two big mandibles from the first Galactic War to having a bunch, no, like 4 faceplates.
You can. It's called, shedding your skin it's called having different growth stages. Because if you, again, with the Basarios example, if you look at Basarios and then look at Gravios,
I'm
they
sorry,
look
but
so vastly different.
I'm sorry, it just clicked to me that not only have we mentioned creatures of Sonara, but now we're mentioning Monster Hunter.
Here, well, I'm gonna send you Basarios, and then I'm gonna send you Gravios, and look at how different they look.
Yeah, they can look different and all, but at the same time, like if we're going along with, okay, Gloom probably pushes stuff along and causes mutation, which obviously the Hive that we're seeing is a mutation. It's simply, it's a different species, considering that's what the Gloom does.
Okay, but here's one thing to say it's not a different species. Mutations can happen, and those genes get passed on. Although the creature looks different again, it's simply a different generation.
Oh my god, that would explain the mutated larva sample.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Same species, different generation that had a random chance mutation.
Oh.
Anyways, go look on Discord.
Random chance mutation, yes. However, random chance mutation for... Ooh, hey, it's the 11 news. Anyway.
It doesn't matter, like, how the creature looks or anything. It's a completely random chance. It's not like there's a higher or lower chance for any mutation. It's just a complete dice roll. That's how evolution happens.
Even then, the ages, I personally don't think can be used because the first Galactic War, like, that took some years. That was a 3-front war, that took some years. Now,
let me say something real fast. What if the skeletons there that we see of the baby Hive Lords,
possibly baby Hive Lords,
those ones specifically, yeah, he's out. Those have been there for a long time because they're decaying, right? They're shed. They are specifically shed, and then they are moved somewhere else. Because they would not want to fight if they're... because under explicit command, I doubt that they would fight. They would just keep on growing. Because the Impalers didn't come out for a while, but we knew they had Impalers.
But now continuing.
I'm also going to bring up a good point. We need to remember that Helldivers 1 was a throwaway game. They did not intend for it to go off like it did, and they did not intend the community to enjoy it as much as they did. They did not have a very well-built lore, and Helldivers 1 has a lot of plot holes in it. Because if Helldivers 2, if everything happens in Helldivers 2 is you know, canon, Helldivers 1 kind of takes those traits with it. Because it's an
I should probably
established
stop recording.
thing.
I'm legit like having us. I'm recording us yapping about what a Hive Lord is and isn't. Nah, you know what? This stays in the video. This stays in the video.
And more on that, if that was the case, then us moving to a different Super Earth is canon. Us, you know, failing but getting our get back was canon.
No. That can't be right. That can't be right. We didn't
Because
move
we're
Earth.
still on the same Super Earth.
Yeah, we are still on Earth because again, our capital is literally Sweden. Sweden, America,
then-
all that stuff is still here. We didn't
Yeah.
lose
Because
because Helldivers 1 was not a live service game.
we won the first calamity.
Yeah, because remember, it was not live service. There is two endings. There is you lost, which is not canon, and there's you win, which is canon.
Yeah.
There's no plot holes. Just none of this is live service. Anything happening now is
I
canon.
understand why people say, oh, you know, maybe it's never Super Bowl because you know, in the ending where we lose, they see we will move and we will rebuild. So you know, there is speculation that maybe this is the same Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure it's literally the same exact Super Bowl.
It has to be. Here it is.
Also, later today,
If we went and found a different Super Bowl, how the hell are we getting before we prime? If we're in a whole new galaxy.
Not to mention we live. Not to mention we lived next to no, I don't know, Mars.
you know, there's another Mars out there, and another Earth out there that's just like ours.
We aren't taking that into consideration, Ezekiel.
Yeah, not in the slightest. We're still on
It's
like,
because of the shift
actual
of
Earth.
continents.
Yeah, literally, it is the exact same planet, dude. Anyways, back to Hive Lords and stuff. Like, worm theory, me personally, can... No, the brain theory, unless it has a really small brain, I can see that it would probably have multiple brains, considering its head is way too, you know, thin to have a brain up there.
Now here's what that multiple brains that would work really well for a creature of that size, because each brain could focus on different parts of the body. One brain focuses on movement, the other focuses on its immune system, another part focuses on communication with other bugs, so on and so forth.
I can only imagine the immune system getting a personality disorder.
Also, the Hive Lord in Helldivers 1 was 150 feet long. The one we go against is about 358.
Yeah, and again, continuing, because that war was going for a long time. There are planets that we didn't... Because canonically, that war took 3 years. That is a 3-front war. No, not 3 years. It took many years. Because 3-front war. We did not just get that done within a few months. No way, not possible. No dice. But continuing, this, like, maybe a gross state, but what that would imply is that the gloom absolutely mutated them way further, because I'm not sure, because it would be weird that, because if the gloom can grow a Hive Lord in 2 years, every other bug should have absolutely just been bigger, tankier, and honest to God, just unable to be beaten. Because what do you mean that you can grow a Hive Lord, looks entirely different, is tanky hell, but nothing else is? You mean to tell me that? No. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Just think about it. Like really think about it. What do you mean you can grow a Hive Lord like that in just 2 years? And we see how tiny they are. We see how tiny a mutated larva is. And you mean to tell me that it can do something like that in 2 years, but all the other bugs are
Aye.
essentially the same with some perks? No, no, no,
What?
no, 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 no.
No,
That can't be
hold on.
possible.
With that, Will?
Yeah, no, because the bugs have definitely changed from the Pro 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That too. But also,
Yeah, that was
do
without
you?
Gloom.
But do you know, for butterflies, for example, do you know how tiny a butterfly's eggs are and their babies are compared to the actual butterfly?
Yeah, I know how small they are.
They're like tiny
Near
little specks.
microscopic.
Yeah, I know, but that's still not going to work because this is now us using the Gloom does accelerate option and does cause massive mutation. If it is causing the accelerated growth of a Hive Lord to be done in 2 years, 2 years, maybe a little bit less than that, and none of the bug, because I feel like with that logic, considering they're insects and stuff, and they kind of just, because actually they're more like crustaceans. Because remember in Helldivers 1, they were more like a crustacean type
I
creature.
hope you know this. Crustaceans and insects are pretty much side to side related.
Yeah, I
They're
know,
essentially
but
one and the same.
yeah, but crustaceans have the perk of immortality, whilst insects don't. Anyway,
A lot of insects don't because they can't eat.
yeah, that's my point. But the bugs can. So continuing, assuming they are like their crustacean-like comrades, which they are, would imply that they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if the Gloom can make a Hive Lord in 2 years, which is insane, then every bug should be a hulking kaiju by that logic. I'm talking.
Unless they were selectively chosen to not be like that. And all that big stuff is still in the gloom. Deeper in the gloom. Because we're still on the outskirts of the gloom.
Trevor,
We're not even, we're barely inside the gloom.
Trevor, good point, but Trevor, can you imagine a kaiju-sized warrior?
Yeah. Yeah. And hear me out. A charger-sized warrior. That
Charger-sized
is,
warrior?
or no. Warrior, wait, yeah. Charger-sized warrior that's still deeper in the gloom.
No, I'm telling you right now, it would be more like Hive Lord Bile Titan-sized warrior, dude, because
No, I want a charger with the size of a scavenger that just breaks your ankles.
a charger the size of a scavenger. It's like a little RC car.
It's a suicide bomber too.
It's a little RC car. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, if the Gloom, and this is just the outskirts, like Trevor, like your point, like really think about it.
Yeah.
If the
What the burial of the glue? Like, what?
if the barrier has a creature that big in just 2 years, and mind you, the Gloom hasn't moved at all until recent. Dog, and because they're bugs, they're going to continue growing. They don't have an age stop, and they have to continue growing. It wouldn't make sense if they just randomly stop growing, because again, relatable to their crustacean-like things. Like for example, the rupture strain. The rupture strain, like the Charger specifically, looks a lot like its Helldivers 1 counterpart. That smooth, sleek design. They're reverting to crab, Trevor.
Yes, and technically, by all technicality, crabs are bugs. Crabs are insects.
They are crustaceans, which makes them better than bugs. Bugs get hit with bug
No.
spray.
Remember, everything
They
they
are
eat are crabs.
literally part of the same, like, clade or whatever it's called. Bugs, like insects, and crabs are heavily related.
Trevor, a crab is in the sea. A crab is underwater.
Do you know what else is in the sea? Bugs.
Have you
Your
heard of
mom.
sea lice, Will? Have you heard of a sea
Bugs.
slug?
A sea
Sea
slug.
slugs aren't insects.
Yeah, shut up, Ezekiel. Stay in your corner.
It's called a slug for a reason.
Let's see here. We got
Next thing you'll
Let's
tell me
see.
is that a
Oh,
spider
oh,
crab is an
oh.
arachnid.
You want to know what creature really solidifies that bugs are
Are you gonna
crabs
say
and
some
crabs are
stupid
bugs?
stuff like a water bear?
No.
Okay.
You know the roly-polies? The giant isopods?
Oh yeah, I remember them.
Those are both crustacean and bug. Those are literally the bridge between crustacean and bug.
So is a fish in it? I is a fish an insect?
No, they're not. Fish! Fish!
Fish.
Fish are completely different.
You know the best part about this? This is entirely canon. This is entirely
Yeah.
canon.
Titan, Wraith, Icaro, and
What's your fire guy's name again, Lynn?
I
I think he's munching right now. Fire guy back there. Can you imagine like a red versus blue, like, y'all remember red versus blue from Rooster Teeth? Imagine that, but Helldivers.
Yeah. That's us right now.
Now listen here, Griff, as I like slowly raise my gun to look at you. And then like later on in season 3 it'll have some like crazy animation.
But yeah, dude, fish.
No,
Fish.
that
like
was
the
a joke.
proper
You know
fish.
that was a joke,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
But the proper fish didn't evolve until the Silurian period, just after the Precambrian, where basically sea insects reigned supreme.
I don't
The first
understand how you
fish-
live in the desert, are a welder, and live in an apartment, and you know all this.
I
Like,
wanted to do paleontology before I did welding.
no, like seriously, like, do you have any idea how much of a wonder that is that you have essentially no water near you, you live in a desert, you're in an apartment, you're into welding, and you know this
Hey, you know
much
more
about
about the.
bones.
Well, as you said before, he like before he met you.
Yeah, I know, paleontology, I remember.
Yeah, in my sophomore year, I found out about welding and completely abandoned paleontology because I would have to go through 22 years of college to start making money in paleontology.
22 years to gently dust and pick up bones, that's insane. I just
Yeah.
dynamite it, bro.
Hey, Will.
Hmm.
Respond.
Where?
You know where.
Hey, listen, I'm busy right now, like having my red versus blue moment where I look back at Trevor by looking to my left and looking to the right to respond to you.
And then shaking the gun that's in your hand furiously while speaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is between us exclusively. Get out of here, Icaro.
Oh, I gotta stop because YouTube might actually demonetize me. Well, I don't care. I don't make money. You hear that, Icaro? I'm broke. You hear that, Trevor? Broke.
Anyways, let's continue.
Yeah.
But yeah, bugs are crabs, crabs are bugs, lobsters are bugs, bugs are lobsters.
Bugs are lobsters.
You are a lobster.
Oh my god.
You mean I revert to crab? Bro is in that Russian squat yerk stance. That's insane. Wait, keep going. Come here, wife.
Yeah, let's go to the corner so that way Trevor's forced to go into the cuck here.
No, wait. Get right here in the stairs so like you're lower. Yeah. She was just yerking up. Oh my god. Yeah, literally. Lynn, why are you an NCR Ranger? Oh, you have a Killzone helmet. You have a Killzone helmet. Oh wait, did you have to buy that to get it?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
And I only bought the helmet.
That's fine. Excuse me, I looked over at Lynn. I thought I seen like an NCR helmet on. That's enough yapping out of me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.